Okay, so a few things I'm going to need to do this. First off, I'm going to need a ratcheting wrench. You don't have to use a ratcheting wrench. You could use an adjustable one. I just prefer this. I know it's going to make my life a lot easier. These are really cool tools designed specifically for what we're doing. It's kind of like a corkscrew, little hook on it, and I can screw this down into the packing when we're pulling it out. And I've got two different sizes here, kind of depending on what we encounter there. Now, this is the packing itself. This is 3/8. If you're doing this to your own boat, you're going to need to look up from the manufacturer what your packing is, because this stuff right here is specific to my boat. It's 3/8. Okay, and I know I need 2 wraps. I've got a whole big reel here. By the way, this is the Teflon type. It's a little bit greasier. It's better for rotation. And the other one that they've been using for hundreds of years is Flux. And it's the same idea. It's basically all the stuff is rope that's just been mashed with grease. But I've heard that Teflon is kind of a newer, more modern product that works, even better. If you're using Flux, I think it's just as fine. I mean, they've been using it for hundreds of years, and it seems to be doing taking care of this, no problem. So, and another thing I'm going to use here is a hammer. And the reason I'm going to have a hammer is because I actually need to probably mash this down a little bit to fit into around my rudder shaft. So I'll probably bring this out on the dock later and mash it down. But let's go into the engine room and take a look at my packing box, my stuffing box, and I'll show you what we're going to be doing here. Also, if you're doing this, is just a quick disclaimer. So if you're doing this, you need to make sure that when you take the packing out, when you start pulling this out from around your rudder shaft, you really need to make sure that your boat's not going to sink. So I have bilge pumps. I've got backup bilge pumps. Also, I know that my rudder shaft, my packing box, is above water. It might leak a little bit, but I've read about people doing it in this boat. This is a Pacific Seacraft 34. And so with that knowledge, I'm not too worried about it. But it's something you should be very concerned about when you start thinking about doing it in your own boat, because it's kind of a bummer if you went to do some little job like this and end up sinking your whole boat. So, just make sure you do the research on your own ship before starting this. Here is my stuffing box. Okay, mine's a flexible one. It's got this tube around it. You can see I got 2 hose clamps, and then right here I have these 2 bronze fittings. Top one goes into this one right here, and this one is actually mashing the that rectangular sort of looking rope, that packing. It's mashing it down inside this housing here, and so that's keeping water from coming in. Right now I got no water coming in, but the reason I'm changing this is because I noticed when I'm motoring and my stern kind of drops down a little bit, this has been dripping. Also, you'll notice that these are squeezed pretty much flat. Right, this top part here is tightened all the way down. When you do this and it's fresh, in a brand new packing, there should be kind of a gap here. And as you, the first time you use it, there'll be a, pretty big gap. But then as you, motor around a little bit, go sailing, this is going to slow. You're going to come down here and see it leak a little bit, and you'll tighten it up again. Now you do want to have a little bit of a leak, because that cold water in the stuffing box itself, I mean, you don't want this thing pouring, but you should see like a very little dribble, because that is going to keep this rudder shaft nice and cool. Now, I'm not going to be steering like insanely, building up tons of heat, so I'm not hugely worried about that, but I'm also not going to, cramp this thing down so tight that it's absurd. I'm going to kind of watch it and check it here a lot right after I finish it, and make sure that I've kind of found like a happy medium. And we'll take a better look at that as we get further along here. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I know that I need 2 wraps of this stuff, because I called Pacific Seacraft and that's what they said. Again, mine's 3/8. And so before I start loosening things up, I'm going to take a bit of this. We're going to wrap it around the friggin' thing here, the rudder shaft. Alright, I'm going to do 2 wraps, so I know I have enough already pre-cut later. Holy moly, this is tighter than freaking bananas. Okay, alright, I've got a little bit extra, but I'm going to work on that a little bit more. When I get out of here, I guess what I should do is just mark it, huh? Thingy-majiggy. Holy moly. Well, my thingy-majiggy right now is going to be a razor knife. Oh, extra bonus tool. You can add that to your list. A razor knife, because that's going to be really useful for cutting this stuff later on. Okay. Ooh, boy. Okay. So 2 wraps would be right there. I'm looking at it. Okay. So, wait a second. Yeah. Right there. Okay. Please, bear with me. I might just fast forward this part for you guys. Alright, so I got my 2 little guys here, ready to rock. I had to walk away and scream at myself for a minute, cutting them down here because it was crazy and tight, but I've got them cut. You can see it, a little angle here to kind of make a little more of a leak-proof cut, hopefully. We'll see. That's what the engineers do. Anyway, I've got it, and I've got 2 of them. Not a bad idea to have a 3rd one, probably as a backup, you know. Probably make another one here. Why not? But anyway, something I just realized is that I won't be able to use my sweet ratcheting tool here because it won't actually fit hitting these things. So I got my 1/2-inch normal side, and I'm going to be doing it this way here. And let's, I'm going to just kind of loosen these up. They're not actually that tight, which is kind of cool. And I'm just going to kind of start loosening them here around, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. Woo! Alright, that's all 3. Now this thing is pretty seized in there. I'm going to have to go get a flathead screwdriver and pop this baby loose. I will return. Aha! I'm back with a flathead screwdriver. We're going to pop this thing loose. And when I do that, hopefully the boat doesn't sink. That would be a huge bummer. At least we'll have it on video. The other thing is I had to change my shirt because it's, you know, it's like 40 degrees outside, but not when you're down here doing this. Ooh, look at that. Popping right up. No problem. Not even a little bit of a problem. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, it's a little gooey in there. Right off the bat, notice a little goo. And I'm gonna need a way to get this, probably has to stay up there, you know? Because while I'm working on this, I don't want this shit falling down on me all the time. So maybe, we'll see what happens. Okay, so now I've got my handy dandy tool, my little flex tool. And now I haven't hammered the flax or the packing tight yet, or flat, because I kind of wanted to see what it felt like down here. And I'm feeling it right now, and I can see that I can tell it's thinner than this by a long shot. It's been hammered flat. So I'm actually gonna go back up now, and I'm gonna hammer this shit flat. Alright, we're back. We're back in the hole, okay? And now I'm going to start pulling this stuff out, alright? I'm just gonna kind of scoop close. Holy moly, okay. Got my cool little corkscrew guy. And I'm just gonna start screwing it down into the flax. Let's see if this thing works. Should work pretty good. Imagine I watch some people use it. Look at that. Just pops right out. Ew. Old flax. You know, if you want to buy this stuff from me, I can sell you the old one on eBay. Would be nice, huh? A little present for the family. Okay, I'm just gonna... Oh, I'm not losing the camera. It's okay. Flaxy flax. Ah, why did I keep calling it flax? Oh yeah, it is flax. That one is flax. You probably noticed it's a little different color. It's not just because it's been in there a while. Partly that, but it's also just different. Alright, I'm going to screw in here again. See if I can get the second one out. That was definitely the first one. Huh. What's going on, Yi? Are you tired? Little screw? Oh, it's not bent or anything. Okay.
You know, I don't even think there's another one in there, which is crazy to think about. There should be two. Oh my lord. There's only one. You know, see, I called Pacific Seacraft. I did. I talked to Thumper. You guys know who he is if you are a PS person. Anyway, and he said two. There should be two in there. So I'm going to put two in there. And maybe that's why I was leaking so bad, you know? I just didn't really squish it down to full squish down potential. I don't know. Stay tuned here. I'm going to turn you back. You know, this is a glorious job, whether you think so or not. It's just fun to work on your boat. And it's just fun, all right? I'm going to keep track of where I'm meeting these ones. This one's going to meet here. Yeah. It's going to go in there. I'm going to go in the hole. And then I'm going to... I'm not dropping everything. Okay. I might have to like tighten it down just to get the first one fully in and then do another one. Or maybe I just go with one here, you know, because there's only enough space in there for one. And I felt down in there and there's just metal. There definitely was not another one in there. So there's a chance here that there was foul play. The other thing is that maybe I just have a different shaft. Maybe it was modified. You know, who knows what the fuck's going on. But I think I've got it in there pretty good. I just need to really wedge the back down a little bit more. Okay, we're going to tighten it down, and then from there, we'll loosen it back up, actually, just to get it in there the first time, you know what I mean? But it'll just, using the bolts, I'm going to actually tighten it back down. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Okay. That's the motherfucker ticket, motherfucker. Totally hating on the sockets for this job earlier, but as it turns out, it is killing it. So there you have it. It's tightened down. It's not all the way flush, and that's because it does need to, again, work itself down a little bit. You know, as we use this more and more, I'll come down here and check, see if there's leaking. I feel really good about it the way it is now, and I'm gonna go motor around, and if anything happens, I'll report back. But for now, I'd say we're done job. Okay, so I feel pretty good about it. Went down there, we switched out the packing. It's down super tight. You know, reflecting, I only got one wrap, which seems really strange. You know, you'd think there, you know, the manufacturer said two. There was no way I was going to get two in there, and there was not two in there previously, you know, which I thought was a mistake in the beginning, but it seems that it's pretty good the way it is right now. Those bolts are super tight. You know, it's not flush down by any means. What I need to do is just go motor around in my boat and take a look down there and see if I get any leak. Make sure, you know, it's not pouring water in like it was before. So that's that. Thanks, guys. Have a spectacular day.